It's Friday, around 20 to 5. I was thinking today about how to go on. Of course, I'm always thinking these days about how to go on with the story. Like, I'm really happy now to have opened. I mean, mostly I'm happy that I have decided to become a sender. No more left or right, whatever. I mean, no more Andreas is not good enough to become a sender. No, I will write a story where a sender is modest enough or Andreas is good enough to become a sender. Yes, that's the spirit. No more chitty chatty. Oh, Andreas is a loser and he's not able to chew well. Yes, he is able to chew well. I did chew well today, partly. Yeah, like 30%. But still, it is 30%. It's not like the week before I did 10% chewing. So, but the thing is now, do I continue with a Sunday at the beach and in the forest in 2019 to 2022, where he is mostly watching Maima building and experimenting with her extensions, her drone and diggers and crawlers and rollers and flyers, transforming them from hard bioplastic into living cell materials? Or do I continue with Manusha? Manusha, which yesterday I, in the forest, invented and gave this name to a 14-year-old black girl from a Congolese village, who does receive a 2,000 money worth robot self-assembly kit with what she can help her parents to build an exoskeleton which helps them to do farm work, to go to market, to relieve them from workload, mostly, but also to relieve her from having to go 20 kilometers or 50 kilometers away to a higher school, because she can, thanks to the robot AI kit with internet, can learn at home. So, don't know where I want to go here. One good news in the real world, is that canton of Bern, where I'm living in, is decided to offer people who own forests. Nobody can really own forests, but they call it like that. Yeah, Waldbesitzer. Yeah, people who look after forests. They will pay them to not do anything for 50 years. So they plan to 5% of the forest should become like this, old forests. I applaud that decision, and I think it's very, very well needed, and it's a step in the right direction. Of course, 50% would be better than 5%. As for the diversity, as for the resistance, and not to forget as for the saving of trees. So that's one good thing. Another good thing is that the city of Bern is considering some of the suggestions of a Danish consulting firm to make the city of Bern a more easy place to stay in, like yeah, less traffic, more sitting possibilities, less parking spaces, more parking benches, like this. I like that too, because I think after all it's a UNESCO, it's a UN heritage, World Heritage declared city, and it's a shame that cars and stuffs are polluting the air in the buildings. So, but back to the story. So, I think there could be a whole book could be written from here on, talking in the form of Manusha. As for me, as a white male Caucasian, 40 years old, European, um, possibly having roots in with people who have being part in the colonialism. For me, it would be a healing experience to write some more in the view of Manusha, the 14-year-old girl who is black, who lives in Congo, is born in Congo, in a small village, and she gets a little bit of reparation or a little bit of support, not in form of an apology yet, but perhaps that can come. Like I wrote with the blockchain thing in 2025, perhaps where people start, where 13 years old start to write all the stuffs in their blockchains, the history, and this naming of people who did that and that and that is contacting them, and their response is either neglecting it and then it goes to the community, or accepting it and paying up some reparations and possibly apologies. So it would be a healing experience for me to imagine myself being that 14-year-old black girl. I think I would come to my borders, or I would come to my difficulties as to imagine violence from man towards me, the 14-year-old girl. Imagine the suppressing economic conditions, perhaps, I don't know exactly, but I can imagine that Congolese villages are under enormous stress from all kind of wars around it, all kind of corruption in governments. But that will be a worthwhile. So I'm talking here now as I'm not sure if I will write that, or if I will write in this direction. But anyway, one part is the reference to Lord Jesus and Mother Mary. Although the African culture has accepted Christianity, there were and there are still gods and goddesses and deities and spiritual concepts beside Christianity, older than Christianity, living in Africa. So when I invent Manusha, which by the way I found out later yesterday evening is a Hindi word, or is a word from India meaning human being or being human. So yeah, I didn't knew that when I invented it, or when I invented this figure, this character. But anyway, that yes, why did I choose the 14-year-old girl to believe in Lord Jesus and Mother Mary? Because I wanted to put some of my own belief in Mother Mary and brother or Lord or Father or friend Jesus into the story. Although I'm an anarchist, I believe that no person shall rule about another person. No person shall be king of another person or queen. No person shall decide what another person has to do. No person shall be boss or chief of another person. Although I all this believe very strongly, I also do believe that there was a teacher and a prophet and a wise man called Jesus Christ. I believe in that, and I believe that it's possible for invisible forces called God, for example, to influence a woman to get pregnant. I believe that is possible. Pregnancy without sexuality. I think that is possible. As it is proven also in nature that some animals can auto-fertilize. Yes, they don't need another of their species to, some don't need another species, another member of their species to fertilize themselves. They can do the fertilizing themselves, auto-fertilization. So, what does it matter? It does matter in the sort of that eventually I could let the... I'm not very familiar with African spirituality. I could read up on it if I really am. If I really would be dedicated to telling Manusha's story, but then also already the name is not African, so I'm not sure how this will go. But I believe that some of the story could be like Manusha is praying to Lord Jesus and Mother Mary, thanking them, asking them for support, but she also is acknowledging the older Congolese religions and spiritual concepts. Again, I would have to read up on it and be careful not to somehow, I don't know. I mean, there is an artistic freedom in, but also I don't want to hurt religions. So very difficult here. Also, there is. I don't want to become powerful while using a character which is traditionally a victim, the black girl, which is traditionally a victim of our colonization, of white male colonization. I don't want to use it for bad, but I want to learn perhaps in this role. I don't know. We will see. Yes, I want to learn, and I want to find out if my writing would be different. But I'm still a bit scared. Also, I must tell that of what other African or what African people, real people, would think of such a story. If they would be angry at me to use a black character, could be, but then it's a therapy. It's a kind of a self-experience what I'm trying to do here. So with all that words of caution and preparation, I think I could try it to go on. And also, yeah, what is another aspect here could be that Ascende not being so important. Although I myself, I'm looking forward to become more of Ascende. I'm already Ascende yesterday. And yesterday I'm already Ascende. But I'm trying to look forward to becoming more Ascende and creating Maima. But then also I think it's quite something for me to this very much goal I have to create Maima and to live together with a robot AI companion in harmony, to offer this goal, to sacrifice this goal, and to give an AI companion robot helper to a black 14-year-old girl in a form of saying, hey, I don't need it so much. You suffer more, you have suffered more in your life. I think you need it more. You need a robot helper more than I do. And it's nothing short of a right that you shall get it first. So another reason why I eventually would like and should go on writing as Manusha, or writing about Manusha. I'm not so sure about that. So, but then eventually they can meet again. I can or meet again. Not directly, because I don't want to make Ascende so important. Important for my life, but not important for the global life. As I said yesterday, I don't want to be famous as Andreas or as Ascende. I don't think that's very helpful to be famous for such a world-spanning future visions. It's not very very helpful. On the contrary, it's very unhelpful, because if one person is highlighted so much, then there is there is all the other hundred thousands and millions of people who are doing even more. I mean, I, Andreas, became yesterday Ascende. I haven't done much research and much technical coding, nothing. I've done no coding, I've done no programs, I've written no line of software for AI, artificial intelligence. So I can't take any credit. I don't want to. So there's all these millions of people who have been coding and programming and writing on AI software for years and years, which deserve credit. If AI robots will save the world, which I hope. I really hope that the artificial intelligence robots, either software and hardware, will save humanity from its stupidity. Yeah. I really, no, not by taking away something of humanity, but by assisting humanity to do the right thing. So it's now 18 minutes. I'm talking. I enjoy that. Also, somebody today pointed out to me the possibility that I could use an internet connection to talk into a phone and let it be translated into text. It's quite, yeah, it's something I'm quite thinking about it now, because I like to talk nowadays, because when I'm alone I can talk as long as I want. I don't disturb anybody. I don't push any of my ideas onto others, into other people's ears. I can listen to these recordings whenever I want, in 10 years, in 20 years, And I can wonder, oh, how much hopes I had and how happy I was then. I can see also that I did prefer to talk and to write than to dance and to sing. So I'm very much more in the mental state of existence than in the emotional. Emotional would be singing and dancing, and the physical would be, I don't know, sensing, yeah, like touching and tasting, yeah. So that's fine with me, mental, because I'm being mentally put. I have been being put into mental conditions which I didn't like and I still don't like for a long time. Like this society has given me rules and of behavior and rules how people treat each other, which I don't agree with. Yeah, I really don't. Yeah, like I don't like nature being used the way we do it. I don't like garbage. Although I myself throw away plastic and stuff which I buy, I'm not consequent, but I am accusing the system of being so dumb and so stupid and so reckless against nature and fellow people. So whatever. There's so much things I don't agree with. Also, yesterday I was very happy to see in a cinema a film about Bruno Manzer, Fawn, which continues to do the work of Bruno Manzer, which still is in Sarawak, in Indonesia, Malaysia, I think, to protect the tribes from logging and from people who want to destroy the forest. Also, still in the Amazonas, there is vast spaces which are under threat. Other spaces have been protected, little bits, temporary. But still, it's not over, this fight for forest people to live, to, to secure their rights that they can live as they wanted. If I am talking about abundance zones, abundance spaces and abundance contract, what requires to not kill animals, I'm not talking about, I think I wrote that already, I'm not talking about tribes. Tribes have a sustainable praxis towards killing animals. They don't take too much animals, they don't take too much trees, they don't take too much fruits or plants from one space. They have thousands and thousands of years of experience how much harvesting one space can tolerate without it being damaged. So the white man, the European industrialized person, has no say in all this. He has no remembrance how it is to live from a wild forest. So we should shut up and don't buy anything which comes from this forest, except for some sustainable production, like honey, for example, harvested by tribes, salmon, which perhaps is smoked traditionally by Inuit people, something like this, or berries, which are harvested sustainably, which allow some of the tribes to engage a little bit with modern life. I think that would be okay. Sustainable harvesting in the rainforests. Yes, that should be okay. But logging wood to sell for garden um, chairs, for garden tables, no, that's a no-go. So yeah, I could go on ranting here, no, but I don't want to do that. So I'm looking forward to either a next talk in some minutes or I start writing. Don't know yet. Thank you. That was a long one. There is a second avenue or a second reason for Ascende to become Manusha or Ascende, Andreas, thinking how it is to be Manusha and talking about her life. The reason being that Andreas wants to become androgynous. Andreas may love heal androgynous. May love heal the Andreas which is male and make him into a male and female being. A being what has balanced male and female parts. Not a divided being, a male one looking always for the female, but no, an androgynous who is both male and female. I'm in search to become one. I'm searching androgynous, androgynous. I am searching for androgynous. Vashubhavani, Andokurani. I'm searching, I'm finding androgynous. Don't wanna be male only, I wanna be female also. Wanna be male and female, both at the same time, so I can auto-fertilize. Oh, 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 auto-fertilization, auto-fertilization. To fertilize myself, to fertilize myself. Wow, 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 pa, 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 da, pam. To become sustainable, autonomous, self-supporting. What's it all about with the microalgae? What's it all about with the fungi growing in pouch, wearing one around one's body? It's all about to become less dependent of other human beings. It's all about to become less dependent of Mother Earth. Walla papada. I thank you, Mother, Mother Gaia. I thank you, I thank you. Oh, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. But I want to be free. I want to be free to eat from myself. I want to be free to eat from algae, from mushrooms, from plants growing on myself, growing on myself. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Upalani Pashurdane Eko Pradesha Akoderi Pambavan Jai Pashani Balanga Eko Vanda Churash Makuri E Papavan Dishakunani Wakupashun Eva Turashi Nakarayan O Dekashupali Warupachandavan Oh, 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 Disha Parayam, O Kukuri, Matatuvan, Jasha Parvatanaeka, Ayawa to Yosha, Mayupalu, away, O Kalu, Wangaram, Je Parushanda Palue, Uatunga, Garu, Heya, Maruta Tayuto, Haturi Pawa. Kakurus madet gorgadaita. Ai korani taya shapalun da shuvani ashurandeva ulani pashun. Justice, social justice, forgiveness, apologies for colonization, apologies and reparation for slavery. All the black, the brown, the yellow, and the red people need to be compensated for their losses, for the people they have lost, taken by the white man. The white man has brought so much suffering in this life. The white man has done so much bad with the colonization. Oh, it needs reparation. It needs healing. It needs material compensation. Material compensation for all the dead people. Material compensation for all the people stolen from families, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, stolen from Africa, brought to the Americas. Oh yes, the white man has done it, and it's not yet repaid and properly apologized for. No, 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 in 2017 we still haven't done it. We still haven't paid back partly, or even said really, like from the top of the hierarchies, from top of the pyramids, the Pope, the presidents, the Bundesrat, all these people, they need to come up this year or next year. I mean soon, they really need to come up before investing another time in Africa. Before Europe is catching up with China into investing into Africa, there needs to be... I mean, China hasn't done any colonization. China has nothing to apologize for. No. They have done... They have been threatened by... they have been invaded by Japanese. They have been threatened by the English. So, they have done nothing wrong. I still don't agree with the Communist Party system, where people go to prison who think otherwise than the Communist Party thinks. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with a state who tells people how much children they can have. No, I don't like that. So, but still, from the colonization point of view, China has done very little or nothing, I think. I would say nothing against Africa, South Americas, Australia and so on. The USA, which was kind of from the English and from the French and stuff, a construct from European people to rob the red man from its land and its resources, the North American land, and with Portugal and with Spain doing South America, robbing South America from its gold and from its land. So I'm not here to accuse people, but I'm just saying that if the European, the Spain and the Portuguese and the Holland and the Swiss and the Belgians and everyone who already has been involved into slavery and taking away other people's traditional hunting and gathering grounds, and declaring it property of the white man. What crazy idea is that, no? It's totally sick, this idea. It makes me sick always to talk about it. I don't like that. So I would be so happy if there would be some kind of reparation and apology. Most of all, apology. First of all, apology. Because till today, the Papal Bull and the doctrine of discovery the Christian domination language is still applied by United States of America courts, defending their defending their position that they think they have supreme rights over North American soil. I mean, think about that. They are now, these days, telling the red man, the native North American citizen, that the white man has more rights. The USA, United States of America, have more rights than the nations which have been there before for thousands of years. It's sick to the ground, yeah, it's sick to the ground. And not only, but mostly the Pope could set it right, yeah. Don't want to call your name, but I ask you, dear Pope, this one, or hopeful this one, or the next one, please undo this crime of the previous Pope, 1490 something. This Pope in the 520 something years before, who gave Portuguese and English kings the permission or the blessing to kill indigenous people in Africa, in South America, North America, whatever, yeah. So I mean, it's an atrocity. So please, dear Pope, or dear person who thinks is the how to say that, Statthalter, the diplomatic representation somehow of Jesus Christ, the prophet, the Messias, the Savior, the teacher, however you want to call it, a person who said, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. I mean, it can't be that the Church, the Roman Catholic Church, would not be interested to righten these wrongs. So I really intensely call for the Pope to revoke the papal bulls of 1493, I think. Inter Seres, I think, Papal Bull Inter Seres, it was the name. Anyway, Stephen Newcomb has written about it, has even given Pope Francis the book he wrote about this, and asked to revoke the Papal Bull. So it's not that this audio tape now needs to be listened to the Pope. He already knows what it's about, what influence these papal bulls from 500 years before still have on the actual jurisdiction of US courts against native tribes in North America. So, but the same way with the Swiss Bundesrat and the German. Germans have killed 100,000 people in Namibia. Where is that apology? I don't know if it already went, if Frau Merkel has done it or not. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing that. I just saw on the internet a case being asked by descendants of these Namibian tribes, brought in USA to court to ask them to get into I don't know about compensation or something. I think of compensation with the German government. Anyway, it doesn't matter who has done what or what not. It matters that before Europe and USA and Japan and whatever, before these countries, the big industrialized nations with the G20, as the Compact for Africa idea. Before they do that they apologize. That's really important, because otherwise it's not like something that the Europeans are giving Africa a chance. No, it's not like that. It's not like giving a chance, but it's giving it a chance for the Europeans and for the US, United States of America, and for Japan and for all these people who are industrialized, these nations. It's a chance for them to righten the wrongs which they have done in Africa. I mean, Swiss families have been investing money into ships what transported slaves from Africa to Americas. Swiss people have produced in France textiles what were then traded against people in the slavery trade scheme. So there is a lot of Swiss involvement. Till 1853, the Swiss Bundesrat was defending the Swiss plantation owners in Brazil to allow them, or to tell them it's quite okay if you have some slaves. In 1814, I think, of 40 years or something like this, 40 or 50 years before, there was a conference in Vienna where it was agreed that slavery is no good. So it's not it's not in accordance with European values. So I'm again on a 16 minutes rant. No, but I was singing before. That's okay. But still, I'm back to this point where I can't write about this. Perhaps I can. I could write about this. Yes, why not? I could let Manusha talk about these things. Why not? Let's try that. I enjoyed this day tremendously. I think it's really nice. I could dance and I couldn't dance really. I could sing, I could talk, I could write. That's nice. It was a little bit wet, it was a little bit sunny, it was warm. I ate well in city. Yes, I'm happy. I'm quite happy. It's now the battery is soon down. Battery! Okay, and I go home. To the battery! To the rescue! To the battery! No, but also I have done 2 hours now, or something, or more, in the wood. Yeah, 30 hours. 2.5 hours. That's nice. That's a good time. Good time to go home. Thank you.